All right, welcome everyone to week 4. It's John with you. John here with you, and it's good to see all of you virtually. And on the screen, you'll see that I have up here some of the week 4 items. And right off the bat, the purpose of this video here is to acclimate you a little bit to the virtual lab that you'll see right here. And this particular lab this week, again, there'll be nothing due for the virtual lab. Secondly, there will be no application activity due this week either, just because you'll be working on your environmental scanning paper. So I wanted to give you time to work on that. But the purpose of the virtual lab and the purpose of this video is to give you a brief orientation and a follow along that you will also find in this document right here where my mouse pointer is. So this week we'll be working on getting you some more training into the business analyst software that we have as part of our university license at St. Mary's. And so I'll be taking you through that. Prior to beginning this, you will all be receiving an email from a company known as ESRI, that stands for Environmental Systems Research Institute. They are, think of them as the Microsoft of the GIS world. So we'll be starting to learn some of the online GIS spatial analytics software as part of this virtual lab. And we'll be using this to focus on the consumer side of things in this lab. So we'll see how we can begin to look at patterns and trends and things like that. So the first thing to do is check out the video, and that's what we're making here now. And then next is to open up this virtual lab document. And I have a copy of that right here in front of me. So when that gets opened up, we'll be right back with you. And here it is. Okay. And so to begin, we gave you a bit of a background on this virtual lab. So you can check out 1 and number 2 here. Also, pay particular attention to this. Your username to access the ESRI Business Analyst online software will not, I want to kind of highlight that, will not be your SMU login credentials. So yours will look very similar to my example right here. So it'll be your first initial followed by your middle initial, and then I think it's the last 4 digits of your last name, or last 4 characters, and then the digits of the year that you're accepted into your program, and then followed by an underbar right here. So underbar and then SMUMN. So please do not lose this. Do not lose your login and password credentials, because we'll be coming back to this and I cannot reset that for you. So this will be something you will need to do. So again, it's apart from your St. Mary's regular login. This will just be for your business analyst. So the next thing what we'll do here, and when I put these little tutorials together, they are pretty much self-led. But if anybody, again, I know I've said this in other weeks, but if anybody would like for me to step through anything, if you had questions or anything like that, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to do that through a Zoom session or something like that, or we could meet up in a lab in Minneapolis or something like that too. Let's go ahead and click on this link right here. And once that opens up, I'll be right here. Well, okay, we're up and going here. I'm actually going to go through my Google browser. So I don't know if there's really a difference between your window or your Explorer or Google Chrome. I just happen to, by default, like to work through my Google Chrome browser, my Google browser. So next thing let's do is let's go down here to sign in. And again, this will be your ESRI login. So this will not be your SMU login. Okay. So this is going to be a login that's set to you. So in my example that I gave to you, it'd be your first initial followed by your middle initial, and then your last, or your 4 characters of your last name followed by the year, and then an underbar. Okay, SMUMN. Mine happens to be different because I'm an administrator. And then, of course, you will have your password. So go ahead and log in and sign into that with your ESRI password and login. So we'll get logged in here. And your screen might look a little bit different from mine, being that again, mine has some administrative documentation and information like that on there. So let's go ahead, just like it shows in the graphic on number 7 in our document. Here, our training document. We're right at number 7 here. We're going to go up to this upper icon here where it says your name, and then we're going to click on the training option. So just follow the red arrow down or the red line down here. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to click up on your little empty avatar, your name up here. And then we're going to come down here just like it says in number 7. We're going to select the training option that appears. So go ahead and click on training. And then if anybody has any problems getting in to this step here, let me know. And at this point, the next step will be for us to select the catalog tab up here, followed by catalog, and then go over here to our course catalog. So go ahead and click on that. So click on course catalog. Next, under the search option down here, and I'm on number 9 right now on our list. So I scroll down, here's where I'm at. I clicked my course catalog, and now I'm down here in the search box. I'm going to run a search for this exact course right here. So you can copy this. I'm just going to copy this here, either right click and select a copy or just Control C. I'm going to copy that title, and then in the search courses box, I'm just going to put that in there, remove the quotes here, and then select enter or search. So once this appears for you, you should see the web course specified here called Introduction to ArcGIS Business Analyst. So this might take you approximately 1 hour, 30 minutes, maybe a little bit less, but really probably less than that. But the value of this will be to help you become prepared for what's to come in further labs down the line here for the course. So once you find this course, or go ahead and select the course, and you'll be able to launch the course. So there should be an option here to begin course or launch the course. And once you are stepping through that, I've already begun the course here. I've had this open for a while, just in other classes and things like that. So once you do start this course, it's very important to pay particular attention right here to begin the course, but in number 11, you may be prompted to select what version of desktop GIS software you have. None of you will have desktop software. If you do, it might be through work or something, and that's okay. But since we really aren't going to be working with desktop software, select any version that you really want. So in here I have 10.5, but it could be 10.6. It really doesn't matter because we will be using the web mapping application or the business mapping or the business analyst online function of this business analyst setup here instead of the desktop. So next, once you have all that specified, within your setups and working through with that, you're really just going to follow along with the instructions inside the course. And in number 12, you'll be following the slides, following along. And once you get to the exercise, you'll see a couple of exercises, and I'll pull this up here in just a second. We'll be working with the second exercise down here because we will not have access to desktops. We're going to be working with the web application right here. So that's the one that we're going to do, or that's the one I'm encouraging you to work through. So I have an underlined in red right here to skip that first exercise and work through the web application, which is number 2. So you are not required to save any of your work here. Nothing is required for submission. Again, this is just to teach you some preparatory background to help you move forward. And it's really cool stuff. So if you can get into it, I encourage you to do that. So here we're going to be working with patterns and trends and just understanding some general data. And so once you begin the course, this is what the environment will look like. And all we're doing here is following along. And in this situation, we're going to be working with some coffee shop data and some demographics and looking to see how consumers or patrons of our coffee shop or potential consumers, how we can find and meet those demands in different geographic areas. So all of these little categories over here on the left table of contents will all be, it's basically like an outline. And so you'll follow along with those. There is an exam. I encourage you to take the exam. It's for your own review and kind of give you a sense of how you're able to do. But most importantly, it's the hands-on applications are what we're after here. So this is the exercise that I'll have you work through right here that's highlighted. But otherwise, most of this in here is a little bit of an introduction to business analyst and some nice graphics and things like that in here too. So start off at the top and work your way through. And then again, there's that short little exercise. So I think from that takes us to the end of that virtual lab. So if anybody has any questions on that, please let me know. Otherwise, continue the good work with your environmental scanning assignment and some of the rest of your virtual labs and application activities. And we'll look forward to seeing you all again soon virtually. Have a good week.